I left New York because of this stuff, and it seems to have followed me down to Georgia. This is awesome. So I get to drive in the snow with a bunch of Southerners. All right, YouTubers, welcome back. My name's Dave, like always, and you found do-it-yourself, do-it-riding. I'm wearing my Nissan hat.
No shit, Sherlock.
But I'm not standing in front of my Nissan. I'm actually standing in front of a Ford that I just bought. I shot a video a little earlier, well, a couple days ago actually, and the sound wasn't great. And the point of that video was to tell you why I was trading in my Frontier. So I'm gonna reshoot this. It's a little out of order. You know that I got the truck, so suspense is gone. But I want to tell you guys the reasons why I traded in the Nissan and then picked up this XLT, and then I'm going to go over this XLT. It's like I said, it's going to be out of order in the videos, but you'll get the point. So let's get into it. So why did I trade in the Nissan Frontier that I owned for roughly, well, it was a little less than a year, a couple months less than a year? Well, I have to say that there's not one major, the nail in the coffin kind of reason why I traded it in. It was a lot of little reasons why I traded that truck in. I guess, I mean, I'll number them, number one, but like I said, it wasn't one huge thing. The first thing that comes to mind is that there was just a lot of little nitnoid things that I didn't like about the vehicle. The remote start, you touch a button, the thing shuts off. No other vehicle that I own or have owned or driven. If you don't know, I do 2-week rental reviews. I have rental trucks or cars or whatever for 2 weeks. There's a playlist, and all the cars that have remote start, they don't shut off when you hit any of the buttons or try to shift it. They just tell you, hey dummy, you haven't started a vehicle yet. So that's a big reason. A couple other reasons is I just didn't fall in love with the truck. It's not something, there was nothing wrong with the truck. I just didn't fall in love with it. I just didn't love driving it. You know, a person once told me that when you get off your motorcycle and you start walking away and you don't turn around to look at your motorcycle, then you really don't love your motorcycle. And that I do that with all my vehicles. If I don't turn around to check it, to look at it, I don't love it. And I got to the point to where I never turned around to look at the truck because I just didn't really care about it. The truck was nice. It had all the options. Watch some of the other videos. I did a bunch of stuff to it to try to make it my own, to where I felt like I was going to love the truck. I just never did. I'm a Ford guy through and through. So with saying that, I'm going to take this Nissan hat off, put my Ford hat on. So now we'll continue to talk about a Nissan that I didn't like. Another reason was when I bought the truck, the interest rates were higher. I actually got 2% lower interest rate when I traded that in and got this. Now I know what most of you guys are going to say. You're going to say, well, your interest rate depends on your credit, which it does. But let me just say my credit is great. Okay, I'm not you know, I'm not bragging or anything, but you know, I have good credit. So my credit a year ago is no different than my credit right now. So credit didn't make a difference. It was just the interest rates at the time. So I got a lower interest rate, which, you know, I was paying for that truck compared to this truck. I'm only paying $80 more for this truck than I was that truck a month, and I'm getting a full-size truck. So I was looking at the numbers, crunching the numbers, looking at what I can get for what, you know, is close to my payment for the Nissan, and I was like, well, damn, that's kind of a no-brainer. I can get a full-size truck. Same, this is a 2022, that was a 2022. So to me, it was a no-brainer for that. Another reason why I didn't like the truck is you know, the size. And I knew this going into buying the truck. I knew the back seat was small, was smaller than most of the other ones. I did my research. Please don't tell me I didn't do my research. I drove all the rest of the other brands. Nissan was the one that I liked the most. So I went and I found a Nissan. Just the back seat was just, it was small. Two grown adults, men, did fit in the back. You know, I drive them to lunch or whatever, but it was small. Me trying to put my toolbox in there, just, it was a pain. So I wanted the extra space, not just the space in the back, but the space on the side. Like, I felt like it was really narrow. I've noticed, because I've had this truck for a day and a half now, that I kind of feel like, spread out more. So that was another reason for getting rid of that truck. But like I said, all the rest of the stuff was fine. I did get, you know, the cruise control was a pain when I first bought it. I got that fixed. When I would go to the Nissan places to have service done, it was just like that cruise control thing. It was just seemed like it was a hassle. Like, every time I called them, they'd give me some sort of excuse or whatever. And I just didn't like the service and the support for that vehicle. So that was another reason. I did get, you know, like I said, the crash warning light would come on if you go over bumpy roads, and I'm like, oh, this thing must be super sensitive. So that was you know, kind of like, and it just didn't feel like a good quality vehicle. So I was like, I think all those reasons led to me not falling in love with the truck. So at that point, it was just a matter of time before I found something that I would like, or thought that, or I hope that I'm gonna fall in love with this truck. So that's the reasons why. I know a lot of you truck guys are gonna be like, oh yeah, you're just a whatever, blah blah blah. But it all comes down to, if you don't love the vehicle that you're driving, you don't want to drive it. What's the point of having it? And that's where I was. So why did I buy this truck? Let's show you why I bought this truck. From my 2-week reviews, I realized that I wanted a full-size truck, and I wanted a full-size truck more than I thought that I wanted a full-size truck. So I started shopping around, started looking at what I could get. And like I said, I'm a Ford guy. So, and you know, I actually like the looks of the Chevrolets better. I like the way the Dodge drove. All these videos you can find in my playlist when I rented these trucks. But the Ford is just, for me, it's a better quality vehicle. The Dodges, the Ram Rebel that I had, the quality, the truck was cool. I liked it. It looks great, but the quality wasn't there. The Chevy, to me, I like the looks of them, but they're just kind of, it was, the one that I rented was just very blah. So I feel as though the Ford is a happy medium. It looks good, especially in this blue. I really love blue. I love blue vehicles. I had a blue Volkswagen Tiguan a few years ago. I let my daughter have it. It's probably a mistake. Anyways, so I really love blue in vehicles. So I found this one. This is an Atlas blue. It is a Sport 4x4, so it's an XLT. And it has a package. You can see it's got the back window, sliding rear window. It's power, so I don't have to jump in the back and open it like I did with the Nissan, and I ended up never opening it. The Nissan also had a sunroof, which this one does not, but I felt like I didn't need the sunroof because I never used it with the Nissan. So why buy another truck with something you're not going to use? So some of the features on this, the Nissan had probably more features than this, but the features that this one has is stuff that I'm actually going to use, and a lot of that stuff is inside. I'll pull you in here real quick. I still got the paper on the floor, but a lot of these features, like the trailer assist backup, I'm going to use more. It's got 4-wheel drive. It's obviously 4-wheel drive. It's got different driving modes. all that stuff that the Nissan didn't have. This has slippery and mud and sand and sport mode. It's actually in sport mode right now. But I'll fire all that stuff up in just a minute. Just kind of give you the look. It's not leather. It's cloth. So the Nissan had leather, but you know, again, something I didn't have to have. I wasn't searching for a vehicle with leather when I bought the Nissan. So it's not like I'm bougie and I have to have leather. So it has nice soft touch stuff here. Nice over here. Huge back seat. You know, lots of space underneath. I already put a lot of my junk in here. It came with the rubber mats, so that was nice. You know, a lot bigger in the back here. Let's fire the truck up and I'll show you all the cool little niceties with the infotainment and the driving modes and all that good stuff. All right, so let's fire this thing up. Push button start, just like the Nissan. Makes the normal Ford noises, same as my Mustang. That's a pretty large screen. You know, it comes with Android Auto, all that good stuff. It's got, this one has navigation. It has all these different apps. It's got these dual screen over here. I can change what I want on the screen over here. Well, look, I can put the bed camera on. Maybe. There we go. Bed camera comes on. This is cool because it's, you know, split screen. I can change it all up. Usually I just leave it on auto. But it does have, you know, zone. It has the tilt and all that good stuff. So when you're driving, I usually just leave Android Auto over here and then what I'm listening to over here. The other thing that I like is that it has the buttons for your climate control stuff. It is dual zone, as you can see. It's got your fan and all the other good stuff. It's heated seats. This does not have the heated steering wheel, which is kind of a bummer. There's two things that this truck doesn't have that I really enjoyed with the Nissan, and heated steering wheel, and then the remote garage door opener. Actually, it was on the rear view mirror on the Nissan. This doesn't have either of it. To get that, you'd have to step up to the Limited or a Lariat, or, you know, the higher dollar value Ford trucks. So I didn't want to go up that high. Obviously I wanted to keep my payment around the same. So, you know, oh well, I don't have that. I'll just have to get the clicker like I used to have. Not a big deal. Heated steering wheel. I'm back in the south, so you know, maybe there is snow on the ground right now. It's quickly melting. It's been here actually for a couple days now, which is surprising. But it doesn't get that cold to where I need a heated steering wheel all the time. So I could sacrifice those to pick up the trailer back up, and the trailer brakes and the sport modes and all that other cool stuff. So it's a good trade-off, I think. It does have adaptive cruise. Has that. It has all your buttons over here. You can customize your whole dash, which I haven't done yet. This thing has cameras everywhere, 360-degree cameras. You can see all the way around. It has all these different camera views that you can go through. Like that's the backup, so you can see. I mean, this thing just has craziness. Here's your tow hitch. Here's the front of the truck, all the way around. You can zoom in. I mean, it's crazy. You can zoom in on the corners. So it's an XLT, but it's a nicely optioned XLT. It's got your sunglasses up here, your lights, blah, blah, blah. It does have LED reflector headlights. We'll go outside and show you some of the stuff out here. Do you walk around? The steps come on this sport model. Same with the rims. It has brand new tires. They put brand new tires on it, so that's kind of nice. It has the reflective LEDs. Does also have the regular daytime running lights. You got your camera up here, tow hooks down there, in case I send her off into the ditch while I'm in sport mode, you know what I'm saying? But you just, you know, it's a nice looking truck. I hope the camera picks it up. It's got projector LEDs here so you can project the light out. It's got the touch locks. You can lock and unlock it. And one of the things I have to say that I've already noticed that I really like is that when you hit the unlock button on the key fob, it unlocks all 4 doors and not just the passenger, or not just the driver's door. It's kind of annoying, I think. If I want to unlock it to get into the back seat, I got to hit the button twice rather than just hitting it once. But this one's set up, you hit it once and it unlocks all 4 doors. I get it, it's a security feature, guys. I'm not dumb, I get it. You know, if you're scared, you're in a parking garage and you hit the unlock button you only want, and you're scared somebody else is going to jump in the front seat or the back seat, carry a pistol or something. I don't know what to tell you guys. It also has the, you know, the lights back here, or the cameras. It's one thing that I don't like is that it doesn't have a handle to pull. It's a button. Whatever. It comes with a bed liner, plastic bed liner. It's got the power outlet in the back. These should probably be covered up until I use them. I think they were off because this truck actually had a this truck had a tonneau cover on it, and the tonneau cover was taken off, and I argued with the dealership about it. It was actually advertised with a tonneau cover, and the tonneau cover was on it, but they took it off. So that was one of the bargaining things. It was a hard bargain with this truck, let me tell you. There was a lot of negotiating going on. It took a couple of days, so I wasn't sure it was going to happen. I walked out of the dealership. I wasn't feeling good. They didn't want to give me my trade-in, what I thought was a fair trade-in value for the Nissan. So I walked away. And they called me and we negotiated over the phone, blah, blah, blah. And as you can see, I got the truck. So, yeah. Let's see, what other features on the outside? I think I went over. It has tinted windows. It came with tinted windows. I have to set up the satellite radio because it comes with a subscription through the dealership. Let's see, outside. Oh, the engine. You're probably wondering what it is, and you know that's not a V8 by just the sound or the exhaust. The V8 has dual exhaust. It's a single. This is the 3.5 liter with a turbo, or twin turbos. So it's 375 horsepower, which is plenty enough for me. The gas mileage, well, going back to another reason why I traded the Nissan in, the gas mileage on that thing was terrible. That thing was a gas hog. Even my girlfriend was complaining about it when she was driving it back and forth to work. For no reason, really. I don't understand why that truck was so terrible on gas. But the seems as though I'm around town. I reset it when I first got the truck and I drove it home. I'm looking at 18.8 miles per gallon around town as I've been driving. I'm sure it will get much better out on the highway. So that's even better than what I was getting in the Nissan. The Nissan, I was getting like 16, ridiculous. You know, that's a lot of the features. It does have power seats, both sides, power seats. It's got tilt, all that good stuff. I didn't go over a lot of the buttons. Back, that's the bed lamp. Auto, oh, it's got auto dimming headlights, forgot about that. That's your tailgate release. These are to turn on the spotlights on your mirrors. Of course, you can, you know, turn your lights on and off if you like. I leave it in auto. I really like that auto dimming feature. The high beams come on when there's no traffic and they go off. I really like that. I think that's a great option. The console is cavernous. I mean, look at, well, oh my God. Ooh. And then this little guy here slides back and forth. So the center console is massive. Lots of room to store a bunch of stuff that you probably don't need in your truck. Let's see, is that all? You know, I think that's about all. So that's those are the reasons why I bought the truck. All the options. My payment's just a little bit higher, lower interest rate. I think it's a better deal. So if you like these kind of videos, there will be more stuff done on this Ford. I do plan on getting a tonneau cover to put back on it. I want a hard tonneau cover, or maybe even a retractable one. I just like having that security with a tonneau cover. So I'm gonna do that. I might actually put a leveling kit on it because the nose, even though it is four-wheel drive, does sit a little lower. I think it would look kind of better if the nose was up a little bit. So I might actually put a leveling kit on it. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not jacking it up. I'm not putting 44s or 35s or anything crazy like that on a truck. It's my everyday daily. It's going to be my everyday daily truck. And I'm not doing anything crazy. So I think I like the blue. Not going to put any kind of decals or any of that crazy stuff on it. I think it looks good the way it is. So I'm just gonna drive the wheels off from it. So if you like I said, if you like this kind of stuff, like, tag, share, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I do have merch in the description below. Take a look, see at that. You can get a t-shirt, you can get a hat, whatever you want. So like always, till next time, thanks a lot. Forgot to tell you that it has the touchpad entry. Don't know how to use it, but I guess that's something I'm gonna have to figure out.